Harris County Juvenile Probation Department is the sole referral source for referrals to the YDC. All referrals for the YDC comes through the intake department. The typical population for referrals are youth who have committed low-level offenses and have some sort of family conflict. Participation in the YDC program is strictly voluntary. So part of the screening process is making sure that the youth is wanting to be there and is willing to engage in the services, as well as the family being committed to participating.
Our program is a 24-hour crisis residential program where we provide services to youth, both male and female, between the ages of 13 and 17 who are involved with some sort of family crisis that could not be readily de-escalated on the scene, which led to some sort of involvement with law enforcement. Our youth are brought to our program to help provide crisis intervention to both the youth and the family, with the goal of returning the youth back to the family with community services put in place for both the family and the youth to help further stabilize the current crisis.
Some of our roles include assisting the kids with any of their daily tasks. That can be education, that can be group time, therapy. We also work very closely with them. We engage a lot with them all day, so it's a lot of just redirecting whenever we have to, giving them advice. A lot of these kids come in really shy, afraid. We take the time to really learn about them and just engage on a personal level, make them feel like they're being heard. A lot of these kids have dealt with a lot of trauma, or they've just had really hard times in their lives. What I hope for the most is for them to really follow a more clear path, and that will lead them to success, to keep themselves out of trouble and to just find themselves.
We work on managing their anger. We work on being able to accept no, hygiene, substance abuse. A lot of parents find it very beneficial because they finally get to hear, what the child is saying without them screaming, cursing, and being inappropriate.
When we first receive the patient, we do a kind of medical exclusionary to see if they meet the needs for being here. When the kids come in, they are being seen by the doctor or the nurse practitioner. After their initial psych eval, the NP is going to see if this patient is qualified to be on any medication. Like I said, not all the patients are on medication. If they see that this patient requires medication, the NP is going to order for medication, and they will have to call the parents to get consent before we can continue with the medication.
The staff here were really great. They did offer me a lot of different resources, and just was really transparent. They did not, like I said, did not judge. I did not feel like embarrassed about what my child was doing, and they were really supportive. So I definitely will give the program 5 stars.
Recreational therapy is an activity-based therapy, so I do different activities with the clients, such as social games, arts and crafts, fitness and wellness. When they first come in, they don't know what recreation therapy is, so they hear the word therapy and they think, it's talk therapy. But I'm actually doing activities with them that they, enjoy, but it's still therapeutic at the same time. So we're working on their goals, but they just see the fun of it. So they don't see me building their social skills and helping them learn how to take turns, to be patient.
I strive to make the youth feel comfortable whenever they come to the center. And letting this be an opportunity that they can talk about how they feel, talk about what's going on in their lives, allowing them to be vulnerable, talk about emotions that maybe they've never talked about, issues, because I feel like a lot of times they're not heard. They're seen as, maybe in trouble a lot, but there's a lot going on. And I'm very dedicated to them getting the help they need.
I support the kids through my experience and their experience with relating to them. I try to encourage them to get on the right path, and while they're here, support them through, their traumas and, adjusting to rules and adjusting to like a new chapter in their lives of them turning over. I try to encourage them about school, let them know what they could do, like trade school, college, go get an online certificate, just things to encourage them to go onto the right path.
I coordinate with the school and with my other care educator coordinator, and We work together to get the youth school assignments. In the meanwhile, while the youth is here and they don't have schoolwork, then we provide educational resources to them to meet them where they are based on the level that they're at and their grade level.
So when I got there, the girls were so nice, they're welcoming. I did my intake with Miss Amanda. I was scared at first because I didn't know them, but it was fine after that. I was talking with the 2 other girls that were there, and they were saying how long they've been there and their stories, and I just felt more like, I feel like I could tell my story too without being judged. My favorite thing about the YDC was maybe going outside and playing basketball, or the group meetings with Miss Jackie. Her meetings were always fun. And my therapist, I think her name was Miss Amanda, she made hers fun sometimes. And you got to talk to other people, know their stories too, and know how they ended up. Sometimes it was worse than your story, and you just realize like what I did was little compared to what everybody else did, you know? And after the YDC, I stayed on my medication. I used my coping skills that Miss Jackie and Miss Amanda taught me. I still use them now. The YDC was a real fun experience. Well, it's not fun like I want to go back, but fun as in like a learning experience in a way. I thought it was amazing for me because I got to know other people. Because I was like always enclosed, closed off, introvert, I guess. And I got to talk to other people, see where their heads was at. And even the nurses, Billy was amazing. He actually is the reason why I want to be a nurse.
When I first came in here, my mindset was to not talk to my mama, just hurry up, rush out, get off the program just to go back to what I wanted to do. But being in here for so long with most of the staff, techs, nurses, all of them, with all the advice they've been giving me, them telling me stuff, trying to help me, it led to me better communication skills with my mama. It led to me controlling myself using my coping skills, like how to control myself when I get mad. When I get out of here, I want to like rebuild the bond that I had with my mama that I had before. Be an example for other kids, like have a story to tell other kids. Like when I get better, have a story and something to show like what I went through and how they can better themselves instead of just thinking that it's over for them. Like, you know, sometimes kids, they just think when they get too much in the system, that life is over for them. But I want to be someone that's going to show you like, yeah, you got a turning point in life.